So it's a wild night in my house tonight. Apparently, all of the 4-foots are just
Psycho.
super, super wound up in psycho tonight. Um,
I don't think I've seen Rowan perch on top of the chair like that in a while.
she hasn't perched on the chair like that in a while. Delaney hasn't just bounced around like such a psycho for a while.
Hi.
I just, I don't know what's happening. What did you feed them?
Food.
Okay, so because today's internet was full of so much just garbage, bad feelings, and bringing out the worst parts of me today, I decided
Super drama kid.
we are the worst team. We are not crime fighters. We're not quite bad guys. Definitely not heroes.
I'm an anti-hero. Thank you.
We should not be allowed to have a superhero team name.
Super Drama Kids is not a superhero team name.
No, it's a super drama name and proof that you and I should not be allowed in public together.
Why did let us get married?
Probably because we didn't tell anybody we were getting married. We just snuck off and did it. But I decided that tonight was a good night to put on the internet, preserved for posterity, the story of my first felony. Because I don't remember if I've told you all of the details.
You told me some of the details, but you can no longer be prosecuted for this, correct?
No, I looked up. The statute of limitations of most crimes in the state of Pennsylvania is 2 years. Even if we bumped it up to the maximum of 15, there was something like a 12 or a 15-year statute. I'm pretty sure the kidnapping that I performed in 1997, 96, something like that, has well passed the statute of limitations. My crime is old enough to vote, if not drink. But so I told you that I used to be in a Rocky Horror Picture Show cast. I don't think I was on the cast. No, I wasn't on the cast. So still living at home when I was hanging out in an AOL chat. No, it wasn't AOL. It was a Usenet news group for Rocky Horror Picture Show fans. And we would all get together and talk about our local casts and what we were doing and the history, share trivia about the history of this awful movie we all worshipped, and pick a thing. So there was this group up in Paramus, New Jersey. Paramus, Teaneck, I think they're right next to each other. They were a Rocky Horror cast. They performed at, I want to say the theater was called the Teaneck 3 in Paramus, New Jersey. It was very confusing. So here I am, bright, shiny 19-year-old, full of good decision making. Me and my 15-year-old next door neighbor decide we desperately want to go see this New Jersey cast perform the movie Clue. Because we'd been talking to them for a while, the one guy, and he was awesome and funny. And they were excited because they had gotten one of the old movie theater reels that they didn't know which last reel they had. Because when the movie was originally shown in theaters, there was a different ending played each time. So we decide, me and my 15-year-old neighbor, and this other friend of ours who was 16, he had a learner's permit, decided we were going to go to New Jersey. And we weren't going to tell anybody where we were going. So, in the days before cell phones, before GPS, hello, Loki, we all took a trip over to AAA and got a map drawn out for us so we knew how to get where we were going. And we filled up my car with bags of snacks and so much pop in a cooler. For us to have a cooler, my mom had to know where I was going. I think I told her it was New Jersey. She knew I was going on a long trip. So we filled up the cooler full of pop. We've got all these snacks in the car, and off we go. The 15-year-old told her mother she was spending the night with somebody else who didn't have a working phone in their house, so her mom couldn't call. The 16-year-old runs out of the house and says, "Bye, Mom. I'm going to the movies with Morgan." And she says, "Where are you going to the movies at?" Because there's a bunch of theaters. And he goes, "We're going to Paramus. I'll see you tomorrow." So he sort of told his mom where he was going. And we get in my car. It's a 6 or 7 hour trip. So we left probably around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And we drive all the way across the state of Pennsylvania into New Jersey. We get there. Hi, Loki. We get there without too many difficulties. We got a little lost. Someone gave us directions. We found the theater, and we were sad to learn we weren't the people who traveled the furthest. Somebody beat us. I think they came. Shoot, they come from. They came from. Was it New York? Shoot. Oh, they came from Illinois because people are crazy. And it was the 90s. Internet wasn't what it is these days. So they had nothing better to do on a Saturday or no, it was a Friday. They had nothing better to do on a Friday than to drive several states away to go see a movie. So we have fun. It's chaotic. We see this movie. It's exhausting. I had to work on Saturday. So the movie lets out. It's 3 o'clock. We start driving back home and promptly got lost because there was a road closed that wasn't marked on my map. So it's 3 in the morning, nothing is open, no one's around. Who are we going to call? Still not sure how the 16-year-old, with his impeccable sense of direction, just managed to get us back where we needed to be. So we're driving. It's getting close to 5 a.m. I'm exhausted. I have to work at 11 o'clock on Saturday that day. I have to get these two teenagers home, get a shower, and get to work. So, 16-year-old has his learner's permit, and we come up with the brilliant idea that as long as I'm in the front seat, the law doesn't actually say I have to be awake, right? So, 15-year-old sacked out in the back seat. I recline the front passenger seat, let the 16-year-old drive. I go, okay. First, no, we didn't. So I go, okay, we stopped for gas. It's after 6, the Cinderella license is lifted. You need to go straight down this road, take the first turn at about a mile, get on the turnpike, and take us home. I got one turn and take us home. I can do this. He missed the turn. All he had to do was take the exit ramp to get on the turnpike. We're on I-81. Missing the turn, he keeps going straight, keeps going straight, keeps going straight, until I wake up to hear the words, "How far out of the way did I just take us?" Well, depends on where you took us. Well, we're about to cross the state line. My sleep-addled mind is just like, what state? Thinking he somehow managed to miss our turnpike exit and he's driving us to Ohio. Not that far. No, Virginia, I think. At this point, after my little 1 hour power nap, I sit bolt upright and see this lovely big sign that says, "Welcome to Maryland." So I've now taken these minors to two different states. We managed to get turned around. We managed to get back to Carlisle. We go to breakfast at my first truck stop, which, by the way, I'm surprised. Truck stops have some pretty decent food. Um, so eventually I stay awake until he gets on the turnpike and I go back to sleep. We get him home. I get the 15-year-old next door neighbor home and I run into my house. It's 10 o'clock. I have to work at 11. No, it wasn't even 10 o'clock. It was 10:30 because I barely had time to jump in the shower, throw on clean clothes, run to work until 7 o'clock, come back home, change into my slutty outfit because it's Saturday night now, pick up the 15-year-old neighbor girl, go pick up the girl I was sort of kind of maybe, I don't remember if we were dating at the time, and then go to Rocky Horror. I have not had decent sleep in probably 36 hours at this point. So as soon as Rocky Horror, the lights go down, and I'm out cold. I wake up to cast members doing weird things to me. Um, Using me as props. Somebody sat in my lap at one point. Um, I miss those days. And I did. I looked up what the statute of limitation was, and I lived in fear for probably a good 3 or 4 years, and then started telling the story to everybody. Um, the 15-year-old is now a married mother of two, who, when I remind her of this, is probably horrified of what her children will do when they become teenagers. The 16-year-old has had a very interesting and successful career. And if I say where, there's a chance that might name provide too much evidence to who he is. But he's had a very good career where he apparently impulse bought a house. Um, but yeah, so that was my big crazy thing that I did as a teenager. Um, I'm reading things online about people who've committed crimes and other people reporting them, and what are we going to do about it, and well, what if we can prove this person knew? Like, depending on when X person knew that A person committed a crime, that statute of limitations might have run out. So that was what put my felony back in my mind today at dinner. and that seemed like a fun thing to share. Other than remembering my wild and misspent youth, nothing much interesting happened today. It was a long day at work that just got away from me. Um, I usually will complain to you, Sarah. This thing that should have been done within an hour and a half to 2 hours after I started my work. I'm just finishing it 3 hours, an hour later than I should. I didn't get that task done until 4:30 today, which was like a good 5 hours into my day. I was so far behind. Nothing, nothing went right. Um, oh no, what? Yeah, oops. That's a good oops, but it's still an oops. Oh well. I lost where I changed roads. And apparently the 4 foots have finally settled down. Ish.
Blood for the blood god.
Leave the blood god out of my YouTube, thank you. He can hang out in World of Warcraft.
I mean, we're trying to kill him tonight if we can get there. But we're on the trash that we wipe on like every week. So, and by wipe on it every week, I mean multiple times every week.
So I'm super sad. I don't have a dinosaur yattering at me tonight. He kept me company last time and gave me many interesting things to talk about. Now I'm stuck having to think for myself. My parade is wiped after work today.
Whatever will you do?
I know. What will I do?
Thinking is hard.
Thinking is hard. Let's go shopping. I also have to make a Christmas present for Daylight Boss Person
Okay.
because Daylight Boss Person and my boss man both are like fighting over the shopping bag that I made for work.
What?
So we have these little bags that everybody got raffle tickets. You got 10 to start with, and if you wore your shirt with your work or company name on it, you got 2 tickets every day. And if you when we played games yesterday, if you won the games, you got tickets and all the I took pictures, so I got tickets. Um and both of the bosses have put all of their tickets into that one item.
Wow.
So I'm figuring if they don't whoever doesn't win it, I have to make them a Christmas present.
Why are they obsessed with this shopping bag?
Well, because Boss Man goes to Aldi's where you have to take your own bags.
Uh-huh.
So it's a really nice, huge bag. So it'll be perfect for his grocery shopping.
That's fair.
And I think Daytime Boss Lady might also go to Aldi's a lot. But I'm making us multiple shopping bags and we don't go to Aldi's.
Yeah.
So I think I'll make, a couple of these for the boss types. Um, and I can lie about who they're for when I take them to work. and they'll believe me. And then we have to order the materials for that other thing. We were supposed to do it last weekend.
Yeah, we were. We failed pretty hard at, acquiring supplies. We failed really hard at acquiring supplies for stories too.
No. We did not fail at acquiring supplies for that.
We did, because we acquired the wrong supply.
No, we just didn't acquire enough supplies.
How did we not acquire enough supplies?
Well, that's a story for after I turn YouTube off and it's not, memorialized on the internet. But yeah, so let's see what else. I've got the plot like written on paper for my werewolf game. So now I need to chase down the players and get characters made.
Woohoo!
Cahoon is not a werewolf player.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Can I name my werewolf Cahoon?
Maybe.
Very clearly a glasswalker.
I'm not sure why I'm still married.
What was that?
Nothing. I did not ask the internet why I'm actually married to you.
Good, because I don't know why I married you. Something about politics and inheritance rights.
Right. This is our first step in world domination. Now we just need to take over the neighboring castle, which happens to be for sale. I want it only because it has a garage.
Yeah. But we can't afford a mortgage.
We cannot afford a second mortgage right now. I don't know that we'll ever be able to afford to buy more property. We're barely going to have this paid off in time for me to retire. In other news, I'm almost done with the second shopping bag.
Awesome.
So, when we go shopping this weekend, we'll actually have these large, lovely garden bags to try carrying our groceries in. See how well they work.
Sexy Clippy. Cannot unsee.
Please don't make me see it.
What kind of wife would I be if I didn't subject you to this?
Oh God, did you just telegram that?
Yes.
Oh God, I think I hate you. I know I hate you. That is fantastic. It looks like you're trying to make a woman's Halloween costume. Can I suggest a sexy version of something no reasonable person would ever consider sexy? Did you know I saw a sexy tail or sexy handmaid's tale costume? Because let's take a character in a world where women are made to be anything but sexy and make it sexy.
That totally makes sense.
Totally. Because, there's nothing more erotic than a world where a woman is just raped. Yes, I know they took it off the shelf, but it was still ridiculous and it existed. And by the way, hi. Leon showed up.
What did they take off the shelf?
Oh, the Handmaid's Tale costume. There was enough uproar that it got pulled.
Oh.
Oh shoot, there was another, but they had another costume that was equally ridiculous, and I don't know, God, if I can remember this guy's name. I followed him because he had Obama. He had, not Obama. He had Joe Biden memes.
Mhm.
This dude I followed literally because he was posting Joe Biden memes everywhere. And he posted a picture of this other awful, sexy, not sexy costume. And I can't, oh God, that terrifies me. Oh, yes. Yes. Hi, bud. My kitties aren't around right now. It was the sexy Allie Hamilton. Because Alexander Hamilton is definitely a sexy woman. Why do they need to make everything a sexy costume? I swear, I'm next time you're not helping. You're as bad as Bossasaur. Sorry, there that was a cat.
This has Bossasaur about prehensile.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jack is all about Baramis's sexy prehensile ness.
Appendages.
She's never done a dragonborn before.
She's the best time he's ever had.
Exactly. But let's see. So what else? What else interesting has happened this week besides my shit show at work today? And the internet making me want to cry. Um um um
I mean, I almost choked when I saw that thing that I shared with you earlier.
you're gonna make me pull up the thing you made me you choked, see if I can say it on the internet, aren't you?
No, you can't say it on the internet.
Damn it, I hate you. Oh, that thing. Yeah, yeah. That was on a page I hadn't made it to. Um, I am not allowed to go on that site at work because it ruined my day and makes
Actually,
and makes work so much worse. But I
talk through the floor.
don't know. Employee Appreciation Week at work has been fun. I brought something home from work every day since so far.
You keep licking me.
Because Monday I want a lunch bag.
Yeah, it's still on my desk.
Yeah,
You
we
want a
need.
lunch bag, Delaney?
No, Delaney does not want a lunch bag.
I'm sure she wants a lunch bag.
No, she just wants a lunch. Um,
I think I know it's
it's not big enough to put booze in. It's only like about this tall and about this big. It's just a little lunch bag and like this wide at the bottom. It's tiny, but it's insulated. It'd be perfect for putting, like a bottle of pop or the kind of booze I drink at Anthrocon. But I can't. I can't bring Delaney to Wapafla because, among other reasons, animals are not allowed in the lodge. And she doesn't play well with other animals.
She will also poop everywhere.
And she will poop everywhere.
And anxiety pee everywhere.
Why does Rowan have the Zooms tonight?
Delaney, go get her. Go get her.
She has been tearing through this house at full speed.
Why? Delaney would also get mad at all of the guys with hats.
She would be like, you with the hat.
Fuck you.
Go away. Because you have a hat. She may or may not like the fursuits.
She doesn't mind my fursuit.
But that's because you're mom. I'm just glad that she has a big old yard to run around and be a big old dork in. 3, 3. I'm almost done. And then I get to start another bag. Because another bag. But other than
I think he's high.
Jacking up the handles, I have to get better at where I'm putting handles. I like the pattern I put.
You have already put holes in her.
I saw the holes in her ears.
She has a hole above her eye.
Yeah, Delaney's been like seriously trying to chew her eyes off.
She's offended by them.
Pinkie Pie can't see me. Rip her eyes off.
It may also be because they're an easy place for her to grab.
Oh, they really are with those big rounded cheeks. She's been busy smushing that face in. But Wapaf was definitely going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it getting here. Mostly because I need the break from work. I swear I brought scissors downstairs.
God damn it. And then I get stuck in it.
Oh, did you get stuck in the trash?
No, I went and dumped somebody out of a mind control and got too close to it and got stuck in it myself.
1, 2, 3. I'm doing this
Just like, are
wrong.
you fucking serious?
4. Now I need to get my big needle and sew the end in. That is a finished, from here, shopping bag. It has fancy corners and a big square bottom. And I'm going to put groceries in it tomorrow on Friday. Yeah, it sucks when you got to worry about school and stuff. But just think, one of these days you'll finish school. Hopefully you won't owe $1,200,000 for it. And then, you'll actually be able to have vacation time to do the things you want to do. But it's been my half hour. I sat still long enough. I have a psychotic dog who's desperate for cuddles. And then I'm going to probably start another bag before bed. If you're not doing anything, come back on Sunday, Leon. Bye.